Hello and welcome to Cosmere Conundrum. I'm your host Nemo,
And I'm Roman.
and together we are marching through the wondrous world of Cosmere.
He's refusing to write down the intro.
It's fine. The intro doesn't really matter. Anyway, last we ended with Vin going to the ball and talking with Ellen Venture. So, what are your thoughts?
I would say we ended with Sazed panicking.
Yeah, we did end with Sazed panicking.
It ended very much with Sazed panicking. And I do feel like this set of three chapters also ends with Sazed pretty much in a panic.
Yes, definitely. Given how what Kelsier does. Anyway, the first thing that
Kelsier is not in my good books at the moment.
I mean, the first thing you messaged me after reading the books is permission to slap Kelsier. So yes,
I was toning it down already. I had already thought about it for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. I started with punching.
Fair. He will eventually get punched anyway. So, chapter 13. We start with Vin and Sazed coming back from the ball, where Sazed has basically questioned Vin about everything that happened there.
Yes.
Vin doesn't think there is an issue in talking to Ellen Venture.
She doesn't think there was an issue. Mm-hmm. She also felt odd with him. And I'm attempting to start a list of moments when Vin is an actual teenager for once.
Yeah, she does say that she felt way too comfortable with him, and she becomes suspicious of the fact that she became way too comfortable with him.
Yeah, she's like, did he use elements? No, I had. Oh, huh? She does not understand anything about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Meanwhile, Kelsier returns and Sazed sends word to Lord Renew, and both of them come. Sazed tells them that Vin met Ellen Venture, to which Lord Renew's imposter says that he met Ellen Venture 4 years ago and that he doesn't fit the mold of a nobility.
And yeah, so and Vin correctly points out that he can't have been playing Lord Renew for this long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so he gains the memories as well.
Or he was playing someone else. That could be it as well.
Could be, but considering how deep Renew seems to be playing the role of Lord Renew, I think it's going with, I met him as Lord Renew.
Yeah, I don't know how it works with memory, because
especially because he outright says like, I met the lad 4 years ago, so he should have already been a noble at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I saw him 4 years ago, it's I met.
Yeah. So Kelsier says that Vin should try to be less charming in the future, to which Vin objects. And Lord Renew says that Vin should be making alliances, not scandals.
Yes, which it's an interesting one, how he does have to say like House Renew is up and coming, but it is still far below House Venture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which also really doesn't I get the feeling that the great houses might not like marrying below their station.
That would make sense. That's usually how it goes. You have to follow.
That's how it goes with so few great houses. That's everyone's a cousin situation.
Yes, but we do know that great houses at least keep changing. It's not all about your name.
Yeah, they do keep changing, but it is very much a case of everyone's a cousin.
Yeah, 100%. Then, obviously, Lord Renew says that Ellen is probably only giving her attention to stand out as eccentric and doesn't really have any real interest.
And I doubt that.
From what we know about Ellen,
the way he interacted with it, if it had been on the floor where they were outward visible, I would believe it. But Ellen was hiding.
That would make sense, yeah.
He was hiding in a corner as much as he could. He was not attracting any attention to himself. And the only person who would be able to talk about it would be Vin.
Yes. I mean, if they are seen hiding in a corner together, that would also become a big scandal.
That would be... Yes, but a lot of people know that area is for couples, so they wouldn't be paying attention to it all that much. Because they know who'd gone up there.
Fair, yes. Kelsier then says that Vin should offend Ellen or something and make a face at him, to which Vin frowns, and Kelsier says, yes, that one will do.
Oh, no, not frown. A flat look.
A flat look, to which Kelsier says that one will do.
Which... I recognize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, completely devoid of emotions. Vin,
It used to be my standard face.
yeah, Vin then tells them that she saw her father at the ball, and Kelsier says to point it out next time.
It's nice segue. It's nice segue, Vin.
Mm-hmm. She just wants to get the attention away from Ellen Adventure at this point.
Yes, because she still doesn't quite understand her own feelings about the situation.
Yeah, then Kelsier says that he has to head out and asks Vin to get some sleep because she looks tired after the whole ordeal of the night, which she's about to get a whole lot tired more.
I mean, it's very much getting, all right, Kelsey, if you just said nothing, she wouldn't have followed you.
Yeah, or you could have just made up a name. That's what Vin immediately
or
wonders.
He could have just never told them. He should not have told them every time he's going to a house which house he's going to raid.
Yes. Vin
Because
obviously...
if you don't say that, it makes people suspicious.
Yeah, Vin obviously wonders that Kelsius usually tells them what house he's going to raid that night, but tonight he didn't. So she goes up to her room, dons her mist cloak, and goes out of the window to follow Kelsier. She starts following Kelsier, but Kelsier is obviously faster than her. So...
now, what I will point out is that she's quick to point out how she already doesn't have any metal on her. Which means she's fallen into the rhythm of never wearing any metal.
Yes. She has learned.
Unlike Kelsier, who will wear metal if he's like in public, Vin's at home and she's deliberately not seeming to wear metal.
I mean, she's a very suspicious being, so it makes sense that she would.
Obviously. The second she learns of it, she's probably out.
And we do see how it does affect her later on when she's fighting. Then, obviously, she starts following Kelsier. However, Kelsier speeds up and she can't keep up, which then leads her to discover a quicker way to get from Felice to Luthadel, which is what Kelsier always uses.
Yes, and I adore how much we've shown it. Vin is very quick on the uptick and is able to figure things out pretty quick on her own. Because it's very clear. Kelsier never told her about this.
No. But she does know how iron pulling and steel pushing works, and she immediately
knows how it works. Interesting choice that I don't know if there's any. It's bronze bars.
Maybe bronze just cheaper, I guess.
Yes, but it does indicate that they still. It's an interesting one to have because you'd think copper would be cheaper.
Do we know what bronze does? It's the opposite of copper.
Bronze is an alloy.
Yeah, it's the opposite of copper.
It requires another metal, so more effort has to go into this.
Yes, but it's also way more durable than copper.
It might just last longer. It might just last longer.
Yes.
Because I do not believe this was Kelsier putting this down. This would be noticed by someone.
No, Vin does wonder that if this is older than Kelsier.
It has to be.
Yeah. She obviously picks it up and starts jumping using the bronze trail, and goes from Felice to Luthadel at a very uncanny speed. She reaches Luthadel in no time, and she notes that it is twice as fast as getting there on a horseback.
Yeah, she notes it's about 10 minutes. That's why, and I mentioned on horseback is pretty much going, not slowly walking on horseback. I have a feeling that's closer to just going quickly on horseback. Not actually galloping, but going quickly on horseback. Like, well, maybe closer to messenger riding, which is fast.
Yes.
She's going very fast.
Vin does arrive in Luthadel, but she has lost Kelsier at this point. So she randomly starts moving through the rooftops and goes to Keep Venture. She's looking at the keep when
she unconsciously goes to Keep Venture.
I mean, she came from there, so she just wants to go back and see what's happening, I guess.
She goes in the direction and she doesn't even realize that she's gone towards Keep Venture. Again, an interesting one.
Mostly because of her own dealings with her feeling about Ellen at this point. She is looking at Keep Venture when Kelsier arrives, and Kelsier doesn't notice Vin, but Vin thinks if Kelsier is here to kill Elend. Thankfully, Kelsier takes a U-turn and Vin follows him. But Kelsier again outsmarts Vin using her own method of throwing a coin
Her
toss.
own trick.
Yeah.
And but I was thinking like a good thief can steal clever tricks quite handily.
Yes.
Which is true.
Yes.
But it's also quite funny how he does this, and he doesn't know if Finn was a Avenger Mistborn.
Mm-hmm.
I get a feeling he spotted her when she was 3 houses away.
Yes.
I quickly realized it was her by virtue of the fact that she's tiny.
She's tiny, but also very few people would like. We do know that Mistborns tend not to bother each other.
Mm-hmm.
Especially by the virtue of them all wearing Mistborn cloaks and then just moving through the night without any regards for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that Elend is not really not even a mystic.
He has no powers whatsoever.
Yeah.
He has no powers whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And they know because he didn't show any powers during a raid a few years back.
Yes. Where he almost
Which that
died.
must have been a daring raid, because that's going after that's a raid where the heir of a major noble house is present.
And injured. Almost died. Kelsier says he almost died.
Yeah, which is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. Kelsier says that Vin shouldn't have tailed him and that she should trust him. But Vin says that if Kelsier trusted her, he would have told her where he's going.
And it's like, and this is where Kelsier begins to make a few mistakes, because he could simply just go back.
Go back or take her on some smaller raid where there's less chance of
to a smaller keep in the city.
Yeah, encountering an inquisitor.
Or if he's so desperate, like pointing, still going to the palace and pointing things out, like telling her, "This is why I don't want to take you with me. There are so many more guards here than anywhere else." But no, Kelsier decides, she's not going to stop. The second Vin realizes where Kel's going, she's not going to stop.
Yeah, Vin does say that Kelsier is going to the Lord Ruler, but
to Critic Shaw.
But Kelsier says that he's just going to the palace and hopes that he doesn't meet the Lord Ruler tonight. Vin obviously says that she wants to help.
It's a scouting mission with a lot of murder. There are so many flaws in Kel's plan. Because he didn't plan.
That's the point. He says that last time he went there, he had a plan and they got caught. So this time, he has no plan and he's just going to wing it. And that's a major flaw in his just character. Obviously, Vin says that she wants to help and that she wants to do something more than just going to the balls. Kelsier says that she doesn't know all the metals, so it'll be dangerous for her. But Vin says that you have to teach me at some point. Yeah.
Well, I love this short exchange because she says, only because you haven't taught me, you need more practice. The best practice is doing. It's like, actually good advice from Reen.
Yeah, as we learned, Reen let her pickpocket people to learn how to pickpocket.
No, he trained her by just taking her with him on burglaries. That is not pickpocketing. That's breaking and entering.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
You're breaking and entering into someone's pocket. It's same thing. Anyway, Kelsier then obviously has to agree and teaches her about atium and says that if she wants to get into the palace, she must know about atium, which is the 10th and the most powerful of the known elementic metals.
Yeah.
Vin thinks
and by powerful, I was not expecting to be this powerful.
Yes, it's straight up basically like foretell method. Like
it's literally a Jedi's. It's literally the powers of a Jedi.
Yeah.
It's knowing that your enemy is going to strike.
Yeah. In D&D, it's equivalent to a 9th level spell, which basically gives you advantage on everything. you're doing.
Which is also why it's nicely counterbalanced by lasting a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What Finn swallowed lasted, I think, about a minute, I imagine.
Yeah, a couple of minutes at best. Then obviously Vin thinks how valuable the metal is, but Kelsier says that she can't sell it because
You can't sell it.
all of it is monitored.
I love how Kel does really understand Vin at this point, and unfortunately for Kel, Vin also understands Kel very well.
Yeah, they are a perfect foil for each other.
In that regard, they are pretty much very much same. They have that same character of being able to spot things real quickly about another person. Unfortunately for Cal, this causes issues.
Yes. Then we learn of what ATM does. And it shows the most probable immediate future of the objects in motion. And knowing their expected path allows a Mistborn to react before stuff happens. And the only way to combat an ATM is to burn ATM yourself, which Kelsier does, and which creates sort of a feedback loop, and that basically cancels it out. Finn obviously says it's confusing.
That was one of those things. Well, when I read like, it does that if the other person also burning it. Like, oh shit! It did. This chapter did feel like, considering where we are in the book, which is roughly the midpoint, closer to the midpoint than the beginning at this point. Yeah, like, there's a reversal coming, isn't it?
At some point, yeah.
Now, only at this point, considering we've talked about the hero's journey, I was like, I remember a certain section of the hero's journey, which is the mentor very often dies. Like, Kel's too important to die.
Yeah, but I
then
also,
again,
it's too early for such kind of like. It would if it were to happen like Harry Potter. It happens in the 6th book.
Obi-Wan dies very early.
Fair, yeah.
Obi-Wan dies very early. He has one training session with Luke.
Fair, yeah. But like in that case, you also count Yoda as like his wise old mentor at that point.
Who also dies.
Yeah, but like not in the first.
No, not within the first film.
No.
But we don't know how long Luke was training with Yoda.
Yeah.
And then the next time he goes back, Yoda's dying.
Yes, sadly.
Unfortunately, mentors die quite frequently.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to happen because we have two perspectives in this book, and it would be very odd to have, at the end of part 2 to kill off one of the two perspectives.
Yes.
However, I was listening to this whilst working, and I did not have the brain power to, at that time, remember that.
Yeah. And from the stuff that happens, it almost gives the same feeling, except obviously
it's very much to get. This would have been a complete disaster if it wasn't for what happens at the full ending of chapter 14. But we're not there yet. We're still in chapter 13.
Yeah, so Vin says it is confusing, obviously, but Kelsier says that most Mistborn, being from noble houses, will carry ATM even if they are unwilling to burn it.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, given how
it's an emergency. It's an emergency power.
Yeah, given how less of it is in like supply. Yeah, it's very much from emergencies. He then gives Vin some more ATM and asks her to only use it in emergencies, and then takes her with himself. In the epigraph, which, by the way, I have been calling it epigraph. It's technically hypograph, which is not an English word, but I then borrowed it from ancient Greek. Anyway.
I will point out one thing. I like how this chapter does end with with what I feel like is a slight joke. Because it's like, okay, do you need the medals? Yes. Okay, he hands it as well. First, let's go retrieve my coin pouch, which is very much tongue-in-cheek. It's like, I had to discard that because of you.
Yes. But like, we do know that the only reason he has his coin pouch on him, because he uses it as a form of his allomancy. Otherwise,
I know. He also very much this thing of, I had to throw this away because of you. We're going to pick it up.
Yes.
Help.
Yeah. Yeah, because we do know that Kelsier doesn't really care about small clips.
He doesn't care, but he does need something to travel with.
Yes. Yeah, which then in the epigraph, the author wonders if they are going mad due to the burden of the world, or the friends they have lost, or the friends they have been forced to kill, which is an interesting one. The author,
which is the one. There is a turn beginning within the character writing these.
Yes.
Going from a little bit of clueless, concerned to willing to take actions he shouldn't be taking.
Yeah, and given the next
this is
chapters,
after not telling the truth.
Yes.
This is already after not telling the truth about himself, because he's not that, but he's now turning evil. This is turning evil.
Yes, he doesn't believe in himself. It's not that he's not the hero of ages. It's just that he doesn't believe in himself as being the hero of ages. So he's overcompensating.
He truly believes I don't even think he's fully sure if he is at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to overcompensate.
90% sure, but he's very overcompensating for that.
Yeah.
But he's not completely certain yet.
Yeah, then he also says that there are shadows that follow him, creatures in the dark, and wonders if they are a product of his mind or are real.
Not creatures in the dark. Dark creatures. There is a difference.
Oh, is there? Okay. Yeah, dark creatures.
It's dark creatures that I don't understand. And like Mistwraiths? The beginnings of Mistwraiths?
Yeah, those are the only creatures that we've learned about that.
Those are dark. Those would be seen as dark creatures to most people. And they need to have an origin somewhere. They're definitely coming back because we've had one interaction with Mistwraith. They are coming back big way.
They have to at this point because they have to be.
They were set up with too much detail.
Yeah, they have to be somewhat important, I guess. Anyway.
Like, this is like if you're in a film and we get 3 weapons displayed in front of you and one of them gets a longer explanation than the other, you know which one is important.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chekhov's gun. Anyway. Chapter 14.
Right. Can I steal something from the newest Olympian?
Go ahead.
I'm retitling this chapter 14.
Go ahead.
Kel's Folly.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with this chapter retitling because of Kelsier. Because
we just learned about Atium and we know there are a lot of hints in this. I'm thinking that the Lord Ruler spends a lot of time using Atium, and that's where the Atium is going.
That would make sense. But even with that, we know Atium can only project like half a second to a second into the future. So
we don't know that for certain.
We don't know that for certain yet. Yeah, that is true.
Kel has experience with Atium. He cannot have that much experience with Atium.
No, I don't think he has enough experience with Atium to make any reason.
We also learn later on that the Lord Ruler is even more powerful than we thought.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into that in chapter 15. I am fully expecting that it's not that he perfectly sees everything coming. But I do think he has he's more close to having premonitions about what could happen. Because it's very suspicious that there were 3 whatevers we get there.
Yeah. Anyway, chapter 14. It starts raining.
Such a good chapter.
Yeah. It starts raining when Vin and Kelsier head to Critic Shaw after finding their coin purse.
It's dark, it's raining, and they're heading towards the evil dark man's palace. Never seen that before. Yeah. It's a very stereotypical way to introduce a villain there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We are not even introduced to the villains. We are introduced to the henchmen.
No, we are introduced to the lair. And a very common trope is if you go to the home location of the evil ruler, it is dark and rainy or stormy.
Yeah. I mean,
and this palace does give off horror vibes. So
I recently finished my Curse of Strahd campaign, and whenever they went to Strahd's castle, the Castle Ravenloft, it was always raining, always thundering, always lightning. Yeah.
Because that's just an easy way of telling it's a dangerous place.
Yeah. So Kelsier plans to head to a very specific room where Lord Ruler apparently visits once every 3 days for 3 hours, which is very repetitive for some reason. This is where Kelsier tried to get in when he was caught by the Lord Ruler last time.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one because the description. Can we go to the description of Critic Shaw? Just it feels like it feels almost random,
Mhm.
but it's not random
No.
because there's an off-center symmetry.
Yes.
The Vindish described it as an almost balance, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Like, it's steel rots, metal pretty much everywhere.
Mhm.
It screams of this is the home of someone very powerful in Elemency.
Yes.
Who
But
wants to be surrounded by metal.
that's the thing. Metal can help and hinder you in Allomancy. Like, as we learn, if you have metal on yourself, you will be controlled by someone else who's doing Allomancy.
Yes, but it feels very deliberate.
Oh, I would. Yeah, it's more of, I think, a power projection thing than an actually helping.
Power projection thing, but all it takes, like, the Lord was probably powerful enough to rip one of those damned steel things off. I feel he fully defies what we know about Elemency.
Likely, given what happens, yes. Kelsier conjectures that the room that they are going to holds the secret to Lord Ruler's immortality. And when...
Which, in my opinion, is a very logical take.
Yeah, given he is...
He goes there, he goes there every 3 days and is there for 3 hours, and then it screams of there is a reason for this.
Yes. There has to be something that fuels his immortality. And if he's doing something repetitively, that is a very good guess to be it.
And always, no ifs or buts or that he does it still, which is also because he does leave sometimes, so he possibly doesn't need to do it all the time.
No. Maybe
but it might
often.
also say that he doesn't want to be. Yeah, but he might not want to leave the city too often, which would help explain. Like, it would certainly help explain why he doesn't, like, the Lord Ruler doesn't have much power over the more outlying territories, because he himself just cannot go there.
Yeah, so you think he's confined to the
he's not. I don't know if it's much not confined. I don't think it would kill him to leave it alone for a month or something. It's more the risk.
The
risk that if something happens, he's weaker away from Luthadel. Like, his center of power is Luthadel itself. And now that I think about it, what I said about metal and everything, like the critic show itself, Luthadel's also the center of metalsmithing.
Yeah.
That screams, now it begins of deliberate choice, not of centralizing that power, but of having as much metal as possible within his vicinity.
Yeah. We will see what, when we meet Lord Ruler, we'll definitely learn more about him. For the time being, we don't really meet him, so we can't really say much about.
I mean, you have read this book. I haven't.
Yes. Anyway, we'll see when we meet him.
Another thing I'm going to steal from the New Zealand is that freaking trapdoor.
Don't worry, I am very good at gaslighting. Better than most of the guests on the Newest Olympian. Anyway.
Most of them are pretty good at it.
Yeah. Most of them are pretty good at it. Anyway, this is obviously Kelsier's conjecture. He doesn't really know everything. And Vin asks him, if you have the 11th metal, why do you even bother to go inside? And Kelsier doesn't really answer, but he does say that while he does have the 11th metal, he needs to learn more about, because he thinks the plan will fail if he is not properly prepared for the Lord Ruler.
When it comes to the 11th metal, he deflects. He doesn't explain anything about the 11th metal because he's the one spreading the rumors.
Yeah, we did talk about last time that whether or not the 11th metal truly exists, or whether it's just Kelsier bluffing.
I think it definitely exists because we were getting more hints about it. In that but it's only in the thinnest of rumors.
Yes.
Something that screams the Lord Ruler has suppressed this.
Yeah, and most of the rumors about the 11th metal have been spread by the Kelsier. Not all of them, but most of them.
No, but he learned about it in far away from Luthadel, where the Lord Ruler's power is at its weakest.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But yeah, what we then get is like, I feel like it almost feels like he's desperate for a bit of redemption over what happened to Mare.
Yeah, he does say that last time he visited there, they had planned for months, and yet the Inquisitors were waiting for them when they arrived. Not even they just happened to be there; they were waiting on him. So
yeah,
this time he's
like,
obviously not planning anything.
And it's also very clear, like, the Lord Ruler knew they were coming, and he did not kill them.
Yeah, which is interesting that he didn't kill them, despite making like an attack on his palace.
Attack directly on his palace, which does it does make me feel like I don't think that the Lord Ruler just went that nobody escapes the pits.
Yeah, I think he was probably under the
we do know
assumption that
well, remember when
escapes.
Vin first arrives in Luthadel again, which is the first time since he was captured that he's in Luthadel.
Yeah.
We do learn that one of the thieving leaders that he wanted to use has been executed. Not in the pit, publicly executed.
Yes.
Which is, despite even though Kelsier should, by all logic, have been executed.
Yeah.
Like, what would it not have been an incredible sign towards all the thieving crews of this person tried to attack the palace, it failed.
Yeah, that is
especially with how notorious Kelsier was.
Yeah, I don't know why Lord Ruler would spare him unless obviously he so desperately needs bodies to mine the ATM in the pits of Hatsine that
and also Kel had at that time no elementic powers.
Yes.
But Mare did, so
yeah. And Dachshund wasn't really caught, so we
it was Mare and Kelsier that went in. But they knew about the plan, but they clearly did not know Dachshund's involvement in the plan.
No, they didn't know about everything.
Which is interesting for if they were betrayed. But the only logic would be Dachshund had betrayed them. But I doubt Dachshund was the one who betrayed them.
Given how Dachshund behaves throughout, or has behaved throughout the last two parts, I don't think he's the kind of person to betray Kelsier.
No, the only one I could think of who betrayed him is Mare herself, because she's dead.
Yeah. I mean, we do know that Marsh said that whatever Mare did, he wishes that she would have survived and Kelsier doesn't. So she did something.
Which is a really harsh thing to say to your brother.
Yeah. Then obviously they approach Critic-Shaw and Vin feels something is wrong because she can feel Lord Ruler's soothing even so far away when he's inside the palace somewhere. So
yeah, and it's like Kelsier says, like, burn copper, like turn on your copper, then you will not feel it. But later on, Vin feels it again. And that should not be possible with what we know about copper.
Yeah. Which tells us how
and
powerful
Vin did
Lord
not
Ruler
turn
is.
It off. The Lord Ruler overpowers metals.
Yes. Yeah. Together, then Vin and Kelsier dash away towards the Hill of Thousand Spires, as it called.
Yes. And love the description of how there's no wall. No. Yeah. Because we would dare attack the Lord Ruler. Well, this bloody idiot you're with, but yeah.
Yeah. Kelsier then goes on a rampage, basically mowing through every single guard he can find.
Yes, and Vin kills.
Yes, Vin's first 4 kills.
And these are her, as far as I can tell, her first kills.
She does say it's her first kill, because usually Reen was the one who did the killings.
And she did it without thinking. She just reacted.
Yeah. Kelsier then asks her to not worry, because, again, the Scar who have chosen to serve Lord Ruler.
He reassures her. He full-on reassures of, like, it is the greatest of betrayal towards the skull to defend the Lord Ruler.
Yeah, he is like trying to
I'm almost saying he's justifying it for her.
Yes.
I'm also saying he's also justifying it for himself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Then obviously,
This is when Finn starts feeling it again. And it's on. And the thing I'm starting to think is, the Lord Ruler did not know they were coming.
I don't
until this moment, until they started murdering people.
That would make sense. Kelsier does
because
wonder
at
if
the moment they've killed,
they made too much noise.
The moment, yeah, if they've made too much noise, I don't think it's noise.
No, I don't think it's noise either.
I think it's the Lord Ruler's own power.
Yeah, but what kind of power though? That's the more interesting part.
Seeker.
That could
be.
It
overwhelmed. It overwhelmed Copper.
Yeah.
It's of all the metals it overpowered. It overpowered Copper. So it's yeah. I think it's the Lord Ruler is so powerful that he can overpower other elements on Mistborn's metal control.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
There is another thing. It's like Kelsier understands that time is short. We don't know if Kelsier felt it.
Yeah.
But Kel does damn well know they've just killed people. They are going to be discovered, these dead people.
Yeah.
So,
these seem to be regular guards with no elemental abilities because they're Scar, obviously.
Yeah, just regular. They are all haste killers.
Yeah, they're all haste killers, but at this point...
Which makes complete sense.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We learned about haste killers being this wonderful, like, fighting machines who are trained to kill missings. We have not seen anything from them being...
but the big thing is that they are good at it. But a Mistborn is still a Mistborn.
Yeah. Yeah, they might overpower a Mystic, but I think they are not anything about
if it's only someone who could use only pewter, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Struggle still, but they can do it. The problem is a Mistborn has the ability to use all of them.
Yeah.
A Mistborn has the strength from pewter, but can also toss a coin right through your body.
That's exactly how Vin kills.
Yes, which is X-Men First Class.
Yes.
That's the most graphic coin kill I can think of in media.
Yeah. I do agree. That entire Magneto and Sebastian Shaw scene.
I still don't know how that flew through the senses. That's pretty graphic.
Yeah, but we don't see blood. So as long as we don't see blood,
we don't see blood because don't worry, we can see something go through the brain, but we can't write a good script sometimes.
First Class, I will say, is one of the best X-Men.
It's good, but I still do not like what they did to some of the characters.
Oh. Yeah. That was stupid. A person who can adapt to everything.
Which of the characters did they kill off? The black guy.
And it's not just anyone. It's the one guy that can adapt to anything.
Who can survive anything. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's just stupid. Anyway. They finally arrive at their destination, which is a large room covered in murals.
Covered in murals, more detail than the ones in Keep Venture.
Yeah, more detailed and less abstract.
Yes, less abstract. And it's like, something very dark. Not just pure blackness, something very dark. It has a physical form.
Yes. It also depicts mountains, which I guess are the terrace mountains that we have been going through.
The character we'll be following in the whatever you're calling it now.
The epigraphs. That's the official name, technically. Yeah.
But then it's very much a case of a building within a building. That's very clearly where they're headed towards.
Yeah.
And I was like, this this feels like tension ramping up. I was on my bike as I was delivering post whilst this happened, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Especially because I could hear the tension rising in the voice of the narrator. There was he reached out and pulled open the door. A seconds of stop. A steel inquisitor stood inside, and I had to stop cycling because otherwise I would have fallen off my bicycle.
Yeah.
Because I was that shocked. I was not expecting a steel inquisitor in there.
I mean, I was fully expecting a steel inquisitor. Not even this time. Like even the first time, I think when I read it, because it's the lair of a big bad evil guy. There's obviously gonna be his henchman there.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting there to be a steel inquisitor in the door that Kelsier pulls open, and it's like,
Yeah, that is definitely surprising.
And steel inquisitors are even scarier now. I don't like how scary they are becoming.
Yeah, they are met with not one but 3 steel inquisitors.
3 steel inquisitors, and Kelsier struggles, manages to stick a dagger in his neck, and it does nothing. It just gives a bit of shock. A tiny shock, like a shock it happens. It gives Kelsier enough time to snap the arm of the Inquisitor and be freed. That's it.
Yeah.
And the Inquisitor's just like, it doesn't bother him. There's a glass dagger in his neck.
Yeah. Kelsier obviously yells at Vin to run, which Vin doesn't. So he thrusts his coin purse at her and then basically throws her out of the room using the coin.
It's not like, Vin thinks it's that girl's throwing the coin towards her to help her escape. No, he has realized Vin's in shock.
Yes.
In a few seconds, and unsurprising, he knows that Vin's in shock. He throws it at her. And Vin is like running, struggling.
Yeah,
and then she uses the coin pouch to get away. And oh shit, the Inquisitors are more powerful. And the way that landing was described, like concussion.
Yeah, one of the Inquisitors follows her, and Vin tries to fight back, but obviously the Inquisitor is way too strong for her, and she just gets bodied.
She does about as well as you could expect.
Yes. She then obviously is being sprayed by large coins everywhere and metal bits.
Yeah, but I would also point out Kel literally just told her that he learned from a trick she used on him, of course. And Finn copies it in copying the candelabra. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Because it's ripped straight out of her hand. But she did learn that straight away. She immediately took that lesson to heart.
Yes. Yeah, she immediately... She has very good intuitions and she's very quick at learning. That's 2 things we know about her.
Yeah. I did find the room she got stuck in very interesting. Because it's a room with an altar.
Yeah, there's an altar and she hides behind the altar.
And a book.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are many books. She just picks up one of the leather-bound ones just to stop.
Which, knowing how literature works, will be a very important book.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just how that works.
Yeah. Vin obviously tries to protect herself and block the metal pieces using the book, and burns atium.
She uses atium for this.
Yeah, manages to fight back for a moment, but then the Steel Inquisitor burns it.
I like how the Inquisitor is confused. Probably because he figured she's a thief, Mistborn.
Yeah.
She won't have atium.
Yeah.
Don't know, she's with Kelsier. They know she's a thief.
Yes.
She knows she's going to be low. They really probably do not assume she has atium.
Yeah, but the thing is, we do know that the Inquisitors are here for her, not for Kelsier, for her, because...
But they would still not think she has atium, let alone know how to use atium.
That is fair, yes.
And she does. And the second the Inquisitor realizes it, he uses his own atium.
Yeah, he uses his own atium, and then obviously, again, everything gets balanced. Vin tries to run away,
Yeah.
avoiding the guards.
Well, she does very good at, in the millisecond that she basically has to, as the Inquisitor starts using A-Team, she hops over the altar and runs it.
Yeah, books it simply outside the door and then
Finds
into the sky.
Keeps the book on her as a shield.
Mhm.
Smart.
Mhm.
And then the 12 soldiers, and she just dodges everything. She
Yeah.
proves exactly how powerful ATM is in that moment.
Yes. Yeah, like she can't avoid the Inquisitor, but she can very much avoid everyone else.
Yeah, but I also appreciate, like, she's only trying to dodge. She's not trying to kill them or
No.
even injure them. All she's doing is get out.
Yeah, I mean, if she gets involved in a fight, it'll take her longer to escape, and that'll just hamper her chances of escape. So
And then shit goes completely sideways. And you better not censor that curse word.
No, I will not. I don't think
Because-
I'm censoring.
Oh,
I don't think I'm censoring shit. I'm just only censoring the F words and all.
But yeah, that weapon, the way it's described, is exactly what I was expecting them to use in this world.
Yes, 100%.
Wood with obsidian.
Yeah, it's a hand axe. 100% the weapon someone would use.
Well, I will point out, I think there's a Mesoamerican weapon that this reminds me of.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think there is a weapon which is wood with sharp bits of obsidian sticking out of it. I don't know the name. I definitely think it exists.
Let me look it up.
Found it.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that. I'm horrible at pronouncing things. Makwahuitl?
Not
Makwahuitl.
Makwahuitl.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, that is what this weapon reminds me of.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's painful. That is really painful.
Yeah. Obviously, she's bleeding profusely after getting impaled.
And I do think she realizes this is the first Inquisitor.
Yes. It's the same Inquisitor that was holding Kelsier.
It's the full indication we have that the Inquisitors aren't after Kel. The third Inquisitor is clearly going after Kel. Or as Finn would probably assume this point, with the corpse of Kel.
Yes.
She fully assumes Kel's dead at this point. Which is a logical thing to do when the first Inquisitor is after her.
Yeah.
But no, the Inquisitor is after her.
Yeah, the Inquisitor asks who her father is, and she doesn't answer, obviously, and she's bleeding. She is bleeding, she's running out of breath, but pewter and adrenaline is basically keeping her alive at this point.
Yes. It's like, uh-oh. And what I love is she hears the rain and knows she's near an exit.
Yeah, and then obviously she makes a jump for it and goes out in the rain on the spires, jumping from one spire to another.
And it's the first time we hear an Inquisitor have an emotion.
Yes.
Beyond, it's cursing because she's escaping. They did not expect it. It might even have been they didn't expect it to be that powerful.
That powerful? She's a thief, Mistborn. She didn't, according to them, she shouldn't have had time to learn about allomancy as much as she does.
Well, because it's been, 2 months and a bit at this point since Gaiman's stupidity? So they're like, she can't have learned much. Kelsier is a true threat because they do definitely know he's trained.
Yes.
Finn shouldn't be a threat.
Yeah, and if they are sent by Lord Ruler knows about Kelsier, and at this point, obviously, he would know that Kelsier is a Mistborn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to them, Kelsier is a bigger threat.
He has probably known since Kel escaped the pits. Because that's almost certainly how he escaped the pits.
Yeah, makes 100% sense. She keeps jumping between the spires and manages to trick one of the Inquisitors with her book. Again, the same.
Let's first. I want to point out she has enough sense to rip some clothing off and bandage herself.
Yes, she does bandage herself first.
But when pewter was first explained, we did learn that if you use it too much, you will not realize you're falling apart.
Yes.
It's a massive downside of pewter.
Yeah, it's like running on adrenaline. You don't know when you have exhausted yourself completely, and
No.
when it runs out, you are going to be out for hours.
And we'll learn next chapter why pewter can help with that. But at this point, it's like, because the Inquisitor is chasing her, which I could just imagine it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Is there a bat in your room or something?
No, I think it's something to do with the electricity. Anyway, Vin obviously manages to trick one of the Inquisitors and jump away, but she's losing a lot of blood, feels very weak.
Yeah, she's falling apart.
Yeah, and
her body is collapsing in on itself effectively.
Yeah, and
which
she does
surprising.
Yeah, she does wonder how the Inquisitors found her without being able to see, hear, or sense.
I mean, we already know that the Inquisitors can overpower her own elements. I would not be surprised if the most powerful Inquisitors could also overrule Copper to some extent.
That would make more sense, I guess.
I fully feel like the Inquisitors are an extension of the Lord Ruler itself, in a way.
What do you mean by an extension?
In that they are clearly Mistborn.
Yes, they are using the powers of the elements.
They're using multiple metals, so they are Mistborn. They are fully trained in the most extreme ways.
Yes.
Remember, Kel is very skilled as a Mistborn. He cannot really battle an Inquisitor.
No. Also, how are you supposed to battle an Inquisitor who doesn't feel pain, who doesn't feel like...
Who feels nothing when a dagger goes into his neck, which for normal people is pretty much a death sentence.
Then obviously she then fades.
She's like, her mind begins to fade because her only thought begins to be height.
Yes.
And it is the most natural response we've seen from Vin, because the second she falls towards the roof, she desperately tries to find a nook to hide in, to make herself small as possible.
Yeah, I mean that's
she does what she always does.
Yeah,
and then the Inquisitor comes back.
Yeah, or that's what she thinks. No.
It is fully an Inquisitor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because she hears the voice of the Inquisitor. And it's like such a small, troubling thing you are. In the evil voice. On top of that, she sees a head with 2 spikes.
Yeah, but obviously
it feels like it has to be an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Unless you think whoever rescued her also has that now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I did think that it was obviously whoever rescues her. Also,
the person who rescues her, I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like
it feels like does feel like there is a sound like shattering branches. And then she's picked up, clearly by someone else.
Yeah, maybe they get rid of the Inquisitor somehow.
I think it's literally that.
Yeah.
And she thinks maybe it's Kelsier's, but the second she sees which face is it, she's calm.
Yeah.
Yes, she passes out after that, but she's calm.
Yeah.
Because she knows she's safe.
Yeah, she does say it is someone kinder than Kelsier.
Yes.
Which obviously...
And also streaked with concern. And I feel like this is not his night.
No.
It's been one shock after another.
Poor says it. Anyway.
I was trying to not say that, but sure.
Whoever's listening this has already read the book. If you have not read the book, why are you listening to chapter 14 of a book, I guess?
I mean, we could say this. We could ask the same about the people who follow the News Olympian. There are still people who haven't read the books.
At least they read the chapters and then read the
thing. Okay. Yeah. Still.
Anyway,
And then the last whatever you're calling it of the part.
The epigraph. It's technically hypograph, but epigraph. We'll go with epigraph because that's the most technical stuff.
No, I'm just going with the thingy at the end of the chapter.
Fair. That's basically what hypograph means. Something that is written at the end of the chapter.
Thingy at the end of the chapter.
Anyway, the author wonders.
It's like, he cannot understand why this guy would betray him. I can understand. I can figure out a few reasons.
Yeah, Quan. Why Quan betrayed him, given he was the terrorist philosopher who basically proclaimed him hero of ages.
Yes.
The author finds it ironic that Quan is the only major terrorist holy man who is against his reign, as he calls it, which is an interesting choice of word.
It is point you're like, okay, we already know he's already taken control of a lot of things at this point, because we had the one where he's uniting everything.
Yeah.
He's turning evil, and Quan has realized it.
Yeah. That would make
sense. I fully think it's the betrayal of Quan that will set him out to destroy Sazed's people.
Yeah, we also had Rashek, but Rashek was not mentioned in the past two chapters, I think. Yeah, but yeah, Quan being the one that elevated his position basically from being a regular Klenium person to hero of ages, and then obviously going on to be against him is gonna create some major obstacles for him, obviously. Yeah, that's basically how the epigraph ends, and we are left to wonder what the author does. Yep. And chapter 15.
And then we go to chapter 15, which I would like to call Kelsier gets a stern talking to by everyone.
We open with, obviously, I have written it, we open with Doxon shouting at Kelsier. Obviously, all of the chapters begin with capital letters, so it doesn't really matter much. But makes more.
This one is the first one. Character, yeah. This one feels very much a case of this is on point. Even if the chapters didn't always start with few words capitalized, these ones would still be capitalized.
Yeah. Yeah, we open with, obviously, Doxon.
It's Doxon. Are you bloody insane?
Yes.
And Kel just went, yes, I did. Yes, I am. I'm fully insane.
Yeah, he's very mad at Kelsier.
There is no denial of that.
Yeah. Doxon.
There is no denying it.
Yeah, Doxon is very mad at Kelsier for taking Vin to Critic Shaw.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, someone is finally being a smart person.
But also, I don't think Doxon is all shook by Kel's response in reply. And it's like, oh yeah, dear. But also, Kel's in wreck.
Yeah, he goes into self-loathing mode, basically, and says they should have died in the pit.
His miscloak lays in tatters.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
clearly had to fight it for his life. Yeah. And that's the first time in a while he's had to actually properly fight for his life.
Yeah, he's also heavily injured and is being bandaged by one of Clubs's assistants, I think. He does say that he tried to keep the Inquisitors busy so that Vin can escape, but there were 3 of them, and either Kelsier and Vin made too much noise, or they were already there waiting for Kelsier and Vin.
Doxon calms down because of panic, because he was 3, which also makes me feel like when Mare and Kel were captured, there weren't 3.
Yeah, I mean, given you have a Tin Eye and someone who can't do allomancy, 1 is enough.
Yeah, 1 should be enough. But 3 Inquisitors, they are so aware of the threat.
Yes. Yeah, Ham asks where Vin is, and Kelsier wonders if he let her die, or
like Mare.
Yeah, but obviously
he is so in such self-loathing at the moment.
Yeah,
it's comeuppance.
Yeah, he doesn't say it aloud though. He says that Vin must be hiding somewhere in the city, or maybe she went back to Felice. Or
it's a false hope.
Yeah, it's a false
hope. For what he knows, it's a false hope. What I do appreciate,
yes,
despite his own pain, And despite the fact he hates himself right now, he takes action immediately and is desperate to go find her anyway. To the point where he's like, you know what? Screw it. Ham, we're going to the palace.
Yeah, he wants to go to the palace again with Ham.
And the big thing, none of them deny him.
No.
They are all fully in. It's like, okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, and then he obviously tells the others to look in the city, talk to the thieving guilds, and go to Felice.
Dogsmith and Lester Bornes will go to visit other thieving crews because maybe they're scouts or something, which that makes sense. But I doubt there are many scouts in the direct vicinity of the palace.
Also at night.
False hope.
False
hope. And Clubs would have to send one of his apprentices to the mansion in Felice to see if she went back there.
Yeah.
And then
obviously Lester Bornes comes.
Everyone listens. But I love how they all just still listen to him.
Yeah.
And they are all so clearly protective of Vin.
I mean, it's the same thing. They all have seen what happens with a Scar, especially a female Scar who has grown up in this world. So obviously they are going to be protective of someone who they have
remember
taken
in the last few chapters, well, remember when we visited with Breeze, how when Vin is walking through the city, how she talks about a girl her age should either be working or having children. She is 16.
Yeah.
Figured that much. And also, they are fully aware she was in a thieving crew. She's lucky to not have been taken to the whorehouses.
Yeah.
Which, nope.
Anyway, everyone is about to move when Lester Bornes comes in and tells them that someone is coming. Someone is in a cloak.
But Kelsier is the first one to notice something.
Yeah, Kelsier...
Because he hears someone coming straight away. Because he's still burning metals.
He is surviving only because of pewter.
No, he's not surviving.
Bruise.
He's not surviving because of pewter at this point.
No, he does have
he's not
bruises on his body. Or everywhere.
Yeah, bruises are very different from what Finn has.
Fair.
Like, we knew Finn wasn't dead. But this is still a moment of someone's coming and it's immediately... It's not helped by how Lester Bornes describes who's coming.
Yeah, someone in a grey cloak.
Yeah, big man, rope. Kel's like, I've brought death to everyone. And it's like, I love how they are just immediately going in defense mode.
Yes, everyone prepares to basically defend everything here.
Yeah, to not only defend themselves, but remember, the 6 apprentices are terrified.
Yeah, Clubs send them to the back.
The words big man, rope makes everyone think Inquisitor.
And given their current encounter with an Inquisitor, obviously it would be natural first. Because Kelsier doesn't know what happened with Vin. Kelsier doesn't know that what is going to happen next. So, yes.
No, for all he knows, he's been followed. No matter how careful he is, he was distracted.
Yeah. All of them prepare to fight, but then in walks Caesar carrying Finn. He immediately gets to patching her up, and
no. Well, it's like it's not like Caesar comes in with Vin wrapped in cloth with him, and Caesar doesn't stop. It's like, she is badly wounded.
Yeah.
I require pewter. Her supply is exhausted.
Yes. Ham obviously then feeds her pewter. And
we very much learn slowly we learn Caesar is a very good surgeon.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsier does wonder that Caesar, not wonder, he does think that Caesar does not only have knowledge of religion, but science, alchemy, and all the other things. So he starts stitching Vin up. Meanwhile, obviously, Ham feeds her pewter to keep her body functioning. When Caesar is done, Ham then carries Vin to her bed.
Well, what I will point is we learned the reason why pewter is so good at keeping you alive.
Mm-hmm.
It helps blood. It makes blood. That is why people who burn pewter can outlast with such severe injuries. It's because they're losing blood, but also making new blood at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
So the wound is there, but so long as there's enough blood in the body, and the damage isn't too critical to, say, the lungs.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, it's very good use of it.
Yes, I do think.
And then we learn a little bit of what the frick's going on with Sazed and his powers.
Yeah,
what the frick is a metal mine?
Yeah, he does say that he used up an entire metal mine to make the trip when he discovered that Vin was gone. And Kelsier says
it's clear that Sazed is exhausted.
Yeah, Kelsier says that he has done far better than what Kelsier did tonight, which, I mean, yes.
Well, it's like Kel feels an enormous amount of relief that Vin was not captured.
Yeah, but Vin is still not out of the...
But everyone in this crew knows, that is an injury that has a very high chance of death.
Yes.
No matter what you do.
We also learned that Sazed brought the book as well, that Vin threw away to distract the Inquisitors, which probably distracted Sazed more so than Inquisitors, I guess.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, Sazed goes to rest, and it's clear he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah, when like Sazed says that it is written in Keleni, the language of Kelenium, and Kelsier asks if he can translate it. Sazed says that he has to rest for a few days before he'll be able to do it.
Well, yeah, he says not for a time. Which, yeah. And then it's like, and then the second everyone is left, Doxson is quiet and calm, but he still hammers it into Kel's head.
Yeah. Doxson says that
I love Doxson in his moments.
Yeah, Doxson says that what Kelsier did was far too stupid, even for Kelsier.
And the only excuse I had to know. Kel's only excuse is I had to know.
Yeah, like they thought that room would contain ATM, but they also sort of knew that it doesn't. And Kelsier just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, and Doxson just lays it down easy. Now Vin is dying and the Lord Ruler is alerted to us. Wasn't it enough that you got Mare killed trying to get into that room?
Yeah.
And Kelsier is exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsier...
And at this point, Kel is so exhausted, he tells his friends the truth. He says worried. I read it as afraid.
Yeah, makes sense that he would be afraid.
It's like he's afraid because he knows they can't succeed if the Lord Ruler lives.
Yeah, I mean, given the things he lists after this, that Lord Ruler ignores normal wounds.
It starts relatively normally.
Yes.
Like, men have tried everything. He ignores normal wounds, and decapitation only annoys him.
Which is, given...
A group of soldiers burned down his inn during one of the early wars, and he walked out as a skeleton.
Yeah, and then
it was
healed.
Back in seconds. He is way more powerful than I thought.
I mean, we saw what the Inquisitors did. Inquisitors ignored
Yeah, but I see how he united everything. But also, this is where my thing of the Inquisitors feel like they very much are the power of the Lord Ruler in a smaller person. Because the Inquisitor reacts exactly like he described.
Yeah, and then obviously Doxson says that he didn't have to take Vin with himself, but Kelsier says that she would have tried to get on her own because she's stubborn. And I don't think Vin would have tried to get into the palace on her own. She would have very much tried to follow...
exploring.
Yeah, she would have very much tried to follow Kelsier into the palace. So if Kelsier hadn't gone there, Vin wouldn't have gone there, because we know Vin fears Lord Ruler, or at least reveres him enough to not think of doing anything to anger him.
Yeah. Kel is fully like, if Vin dies, it's over. I fully feel it that way.
Yeah.
Kel's Kel is so depressed at this moment. It's like, ask me once we know whether Vin will live.
Yeah.
He has grown to care for Vin so much.
Yes, he has grown to care for Vin, but he also forgets sometime that Vin is 16. And still not trained enough.
To be fair, he outright says that to Vin.
Yeah. Yeah, but like...
He full-blown says that to Vin, but I think a part of it is Kel sees a lot of himself in Vin, in the stubbornness.
The stubbornness, and I think Kelsier is very much a thrill seeker. So...
Oh, that too.
So, like, the idea of Vin following him into the lair of the big bad and come out unharmed, it just excites him too much to even think beyond that at this point.
Oh yeah, he was not thinking rationally for this. Again, what I wrote you once I finished these, it's like, I really do want to slap Kel, and he deserves a full slap to the face.
Yeah.
If I was being less kind, perhaps kick to the nuts. Maybe that will teach him a lesson.
Yeah, but like hopefully after this point, Kelsier will be a bit more.
I think this will be a bit of a turning point, because Kel has. Before, Kel's actions would really only impact himself. If he died there, he would have died there, and his body would have been paraded around purely because of who he is. It's the fact that Vin was grievously injured.
Yeah.
Nearly dead. It was devastating.
Yeah.
Kel's self-esteem has taken a hit.
I mean, I think it needed a bit of a...
Oh, it absolutely did. It needed he needed this smackdown. It's just a shame it nearly cost Vin her life.
Yeah.
And he's lucky that Sazed is smart enough to realize. Sazed knew Vin was going to go the second she said she was tired.
Yeah. I mean, we in the chapter, we do see
Sazed is outright suspicious. He eyes her suspiciously, like, I'm gonna check on her 5 minutes from now.
Yeah. And then he has to basically follow her into the night.
Yeah, and it's like, which what it does tell me, I do feel like Sazed was not worried. I think he did discuss it with Sazed, what he was gonna do.
Yeah, that's
Sazed is he's far more open with Sazed about things because Sazed will keep that a secret. Doxson didn't know.
No.
Doxson is horrified what he did.
Yeah.
But these were very good chapters.
Yeah, I did like the previous chapter, the 14th chapter, especially. Like the entire...
I like this I actually like this chapter more. Chapter 15. I
mean, the exchange between Doxson and Kelsier is very
interesting. But also just the things we learn in this chapter. Like the previous chapter was, we learn about the layout, we learn about just how strong the Inquisitors are. But this one is like, no, we learn this one just how strong the Lord Ruler actually is.
Yeah.
We learn, and we have like, okay, so Sazed is far more powerful than I thought. And we also have Kel gets talked to the way they should have always talked to him. Reminding him, in fact, for reminding him, you are still a mortal being. And you can put yourself at risk all you want. But you do not put a child at risk. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think is going to happen now that like Vin is severely injured?
I don't think Vin's going to have to recover, and she's probably going to fall into a coma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but like once she recovers...
Let's not forget that also, she was almost certain, it wasn't just that she like has a massive gash in her side. She hit her head hard on the stone floor. That's concussion territory.
Yeah.
That is not going to help.
No.
I don't know where we go from here. The plan's still on. Yeah,
the plan's still on. They had like the time frame of a year, and it's been what, 2.5 months, 3 months ish.
Something like that. 2.5. I think it was 2 months at the start of this part, and it's been a week because the ball was at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So it's been about a week. This part again did not take place for a very long stretch of time.
Yeah, I think
we have time jumps in between.
Yeah, the time jumps are only going to be between parts, I think, because obviously.
Yes, there's a few. Obviously, there's a day or 2 days between parts, but not much.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know where we go from here.
Well,
I'm very excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. We shall see. Yes. English is hard.
Yes, I was about to say English is hard, isn't it? Mr. Wannabe Linguist.
Again, English is hard, not because it's like the most complicated of languages out there. It's just
one of the most illogical ones.
It doesn't even have to be logical. It's just that it's the typical problem of someone who speaks more than one language. You definitely experience this. So does everyone who speaks more than one language. When you are thinking in English,
I have an advantage compared to you. I have an advantage compared to you.
Yep.
The fact that I speak a Germanic language.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't it my native tongue? On top of that, I will point that I don't tend to forget the English words anymore. I forget the Dutch ones.
No, that's the thing. I forget all the words.
Which is a slight issue. I forget my own language.
Yeah.
I think of the books behind me, I think one might be in... this one is in Dutch. I think that might be it. Behind the books about Roman stuff, there are some also history books from school. Those are in Dutch. But the only one on display is a book from the 1980s about the history of humanity. It's so badly out of date.
Yeah, the evolution, the theory of
I really
evolution
need to delve into this one at some point. Well, yeah, this book, the first edition came out in 1984. It's outdated.
Yeah. Anyway, we should definitely end this.
I have a lot of books.
A lot of that will be cut out. Anyway.
No shit, Sean.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
These were good chapters.
Yeah, these were good chapters.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
This was real fun.
See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.